Hi, I am in my feelings right now, and I thought this would be the perfect time to sit down and make a raw video about grief and how I'm coping and clearly my feelings. I do have the fan on right now, if you can hear that. It's boiling. It's at 25 degrees in spring. It's like summer. It's brilliant. And when I get warm, when I cry, I get warm a lot. So I was just sat downstairs minding my little business, and grief decides to hit me, as it does every single day. Sometimes it doesn't hit me as bad. Like, let me just move this fan so it's not in my face too much. Yeah, what was I saying? Grief. So some days when my mother comes into my mind, it's just like a little passing thought, you know. I just think, oh, that's sad, I miss her, and I have a little thought of her, little memory, and then it goes. Then on days like today, the thought comes and I latch on to her, and then I'm in it, and then I'm thinking of all the things we used to do together, the life that she had and how badly she was treated in her life. And then I go all down this little rabbit hole, and then all I can think of then is her at the end of her life and how heartbreaking it was to watch her. And then I think of everything, like seeing her in the coffin, seeing her take her last like breaths, seeing her cry out for help. It's a lot. And it's just, so I go through the whole, oh my god, I miss her, and I feel sorry for her. I have a lot of empathy for my mother. I know she's no longer here, but I still have so much empathy for her and how her life turned out, and especially how it turned out in the end. Like, she didn't deserve that. Like, everything my mother went through in her life. Alright, she probably wasn't the best person. She probably done things to people that I don't know about. But the majority of the people I know and knew her loved her. Like, they knew that she was who she was. She would probably lose her temper a bit, but she was so loving and she would do anything for anybody. Like, she was just, I don't know. She was so good to the world, but the world wasn't good back to her. And that angers me. I have this burning rage inside, but I can't do anything about it. So then it all gets bundled up. It's like guilt, shame, anger, then I deny it. You know, it's basically all the emotions of grief, which is completely normal to feel. Jealousy, I envy other people with mothers, and I'm so glad that I'm aware and I'm open enough to catch on to my feelings and be like, okay, I'm allowed to feel this way, but I'm not going to act on it. Like, I'm jealous of someone walking down the street with their mother. I'm not going to shout at them, abuse and tell them like all these sad things. I just acknowledge it, maybe go home and have a little cry, or just catch on to my feelings, and it's fine. But this is how I feel maybe like 85% of the time. I just feel confused with it. I have all this love, I don't know what to do with it, and I feel like this grief is never going to end, and part of me feels like it's not, but because I loved someone so much, especially my mother, the person who gave birth to me, who brought me into this world, I feel like that pain is never going to go. It's always going to be there. But I know I'm trying to learn to live with it. I'm trying to learn to live with she's no longer here. Which is shit, because I find it hard to accept that. I think, yeah, there we go. Because I'm crying, I'm acknowledging my feelings. So what I just said, I find it hard to accept that she's actually gone. Like, I'm never going to see her again. I'm never going to hear her voice again. She's never going to hug me. Like, that's gone. And it's coming up 2 years. And I think, oh my God, how is it 2 years already? Completely blows my mind. Like, how has it been 2 years that I haven't seen my mother? Like, I couldn't go a week without seeing her before. Like, I would miss her after a few days. And now it's been 2 years. Almost 2 years. Oh, see, grief. Grief. But anyway, what I want to talk about the grief was, well, I had an idea to come up and like start filming. It was just the things that annoy you about a parent. Let's just say parent, because I've experienced the parent loss. I don't know about other losses, I guess. So the things that annoy you the most and anger you, you will miss the most, because they did that the most. So one little thing my mum used to do was every week or 2 weeks she would ask me for some money to play bingo on her phone, because that's what she enjoyed. That was her little stress downtime. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I wouldn't, because I didn't want to give into it too much. You know, because it's kind of an addiction for her. Like, she loved her bingo. But like now, I would give her all my money to play bingo just to have her back home. Like, I would give her everything. Everything I said no to, 10 times yes now. It's because you take advantage of what you've got at the time. It's a massive life lesson, and I wish I could go back and do it all again, knowing what I know now, but I wouldn't know what I know now because I had to go through to know. Life's just all confusing. It's all about healing. It's all about acknowledging feelings. It's all about growing. And I'm only 24 and I'm tired. I've had so much growing and grief and trauma from the age of basically from a little child when my dad left. That's how my life all started. But the main thing that has happened in my life is my mum. And I just miss the simple things, just being able to phone her, FaceTime her, and knowing that she will always answer, because no one does that anymore. My mum was the only person that answered a phone call, answered a FaceTime straight away, and that was my safety. Now she's gone, my safety's dropped, because I know I'm not other people's priority, whereas you were always your mother's priority. Your mother will always answer, or your father, but in my terms, my mother. And that's something I struggle with, being a person that needs like reassurance and safety. Having a massive chunk of my safety gone, the person that gave me so much safety in my life, struggling with that. But I'm learning that I'm acknowledging everything that goes through my head, and I'm trying to become better, and I'm trying to grow from it and learn from it, and know that ultimately I am the only person I need. I am the only person that's going to give me 100% safety. I shouldn't rely on other people. But sometimes it is nice to, like your partner, or maybe like a really good friend or family. But that's the thing I miss about my mum. I miss the simple things of, do you want a Chinese tonight, Ken? Yeah. Can I have some money for bingo? Sometimes. Just a phone call, or she asked me to go to the shop for her, or we even go to the dreaded food shop where I would hate. Sometimes I'd sit in the car, sometimes I'd go in with her, and we would always argue at the checkout because I'm ever going too slow, she's stressed, I'm overstimulated. It's just not a good combination. But I miss it. I just miss it so much. And if you were watching and you still have your mother or your father and they do things that piss you off. Now, I understand some people don't have a really good relationship with their mothers and fathers, parents. So I understand you might not want to put up with what they give you, and that's completely fine. But if they're only doing like the little silly things that like may piss you off for a few hours, and then you're all fine in there, like try and like savor those moments, because you will miss her. You will miss her when they're gone. You'll miss everything they did. Like, even if it was something so bad and it made you cry for weeks and weeks, and they might have messed you up in the head for a little bit, you'll miss it. I miss it. I miss things. And it's only natural. But yeah, so in these little moments, I catch myself in. Like yesterday I thought about my mum. I didn't cry. Today I thought about my mum. I sobbed downstairs. And it hurts. It physically hurts. So I don't like doing it. But I know I need that release. So I allow myself. And because I've got this platform, this YouTube platform, where I share my trauma, my story, grief, trying to help you, to help myself, because it helps talking about it, I thought, why not make a little video on how I'm feeling right now. It's raw, and it's just, don't take the little things for granted, because you will miss them when they're gone. And just cherish your loved ones, cherish your mothers, because I miss my mother so much. There's nothing I can do, and that's painful, and it hurts, and it breaks my heart all the time. And I'm just learning to live with it day by day, and just taking deep breaths to try and regulate my nervous system and to come down from the high emotions. And talking helps. Always talk, never stop talking, because it's just going to end up being bottled up inside you, and you're going to end up bursting at some point. So why not burst when there's only a little bit left inside you? Don't let it go this much, and then you go everywhere like a burst pipe, and then there's problems, and you cause chaos, and then other family members have to deal with it. We don't want that. We don't want that. Keep talking. Talk about your loved ones. This is a safe space if you want to talk in the comments. Like I recently made a Facebook group for people that have lost a loved one, and it's just a safe space for people to talk about them. They can keep talking about them. They can make about 10 posts, one after another. It's fine. It needs to be said. You need to be heard, and your loved one needs to be recognised. But yeah, thanks for listening to my little message of the day, little rant, little cry, little emotional episode of the day. I shall see you again. Goodbye.